From the caliber of the previous speakers that we had this morning and this video clipping, I don't know what is left for me to say. I'm in an invidious position where I've got to talk in the middle of the day when most people are tired and much has been said already on the subject matter. But I'll try my best. First of all, I want to acknowledge the Minister of Mines, Honorable Winston Chitando, whom I met recently for the first time in Cape Town at the mining Indaba. All protocols observed, all other ministers and government officials present. I also want to take this opportunity to thank the organizers' mining report. When they originally called me during the latter part of 2017 and asked me if we wanted to be the key sponsors, I immediately answered in the affirmative. And that was without consultation with my co-directors or the chairman of the group, Mr. Zunaid Moti. And the reason for that was simply that I saw the need for this kind of conference to take place. And the need was imminent, the need was immediate. You must be commercially viable for you to beneficiate. Now, we've seen in this country and other countries in Africa as well, where this policy is prescriptive by the government. And the effect of that is a number of those companies are not in a position to pay for their electricity, which is counterproductive. They require many other breaks from the government and concessions from the government for them to be able to beneficiate. It's all counterproductive. How we look at beneficiation in its entirety, we can't look at it conceptually, we need to look at it practically. And I think that the new management, headed by the Honorable Minister, will look at this in many different ways and look at beneficiation not as the Holy Grail, but simply as a means of improving the fiscal requirements of this country and making the companies that operate sustainable financially and viably. Now, the political transition in recent times saw a charm offensive to lure back investors and the revival of confidence in the country. There has been an introspection of policies. Policies are being refreshed to meet new growth trajectory of the government. Assuming old ways as best practice will not be accepted. We've seen that already. Thinking out of the box and the adaptability to changing conditions is the new response of this government, which I applaud. There's no place for complacency, and that can creep in very quickly in any new government and any new dispensation, which we must be concerned about. Now, for many of you who has known His Excellency President Mnangagwa, he's put together a remarkable group of people, including in particular the Honorable Minister Chitando, and I don't need to tell you about him because you already know a lot about him. He's from the mining sector. He understands the mining sector. He understands the fiscal requirements thereof, and he's the right person for the job. But apart from him, they've put a number of other people in place that can achieve the objectives of this country. But for me, His Excellency is a slightly different person. For the past 3 or 4 years, my interactions with him, he's been a teacher to me, he's been a mentor, he's been a colleague in the legal fraternity, and a friend. I have learned many lessons from him in my interactions, including that of patience, which does not come easily to me. During adversity during the last quarter of last year, there were times when I was frustrated to the point of boiling point, and he held my hand and he said, do what you do best, and don't worry about the other agendas. And that has held me and the group in good stead. Good advice at the worst of times. At times of adversity and frustration, he has kept me, he has kept my group focused on the objectives, and at no stage were we sidelined or drawn into the political arena. I've had numerous debates with him and learned a lot about how he operates. Sometimes my persistence with him led to success in what I wanted, and at many other times I got marching orders from his office because I was persistent and he would not take any of that. Everything said and done, one thing is important, that when you come from a different destination to a new destination and you interact with people, you always leave something behind and you take something away. And for all those that are investing in Zimbabwe, do the same. When you hear, make sure that you take something away from Zimbabwe and you leave a little bit of yourself here, so that you become intertwined with the community here and understand them more fully. His experience as a leader and people that know him is not exclusive to me. His accessibility to people is not only germane to me. Many people here at this conference have indicated that they've met His Excellency and have spent time with him. And the greatest feature that he has, and that is accessibility to him, and he listens to everyone. And I'm confident, not only personally and on behalf of the companies that I represent, but everyone else, that he is the right man for the job to take Zimbabwe to the next millennium. We have invested in Zimbabwe when the risk profile was immense and against all odds. We are a testament to a successful investment in Zimbabwe during trying times. Now that the risk profile has changed, the opportunity to invest in Zimbabwe is here and now. You need to seize the moment. Zimbabwe is certainly open for business. Iribu.